I enlisted in the U.S. Air Force and was inducted May the 15th, 1964, after passing my physical for the draft. That tells you the reason I went to the Air Force. After basic training at Lackland Air Force Base, I was directed duty assignment to Bergstrom Air Force Base, right outside of Austin. My first assignment was a security guard for alert B-52s armed with nuclear weapons and KC-135 tankers that supported the B-52s by refueling them. While at Bergstrom, I served on President Johnson's honor guard. Every time President Johnson came in to go to his home, which was about a 30-minute helicopter ride from Bergstrom, I was on the front lines, one way or the other. While serving as honor guard, we were in Class A uniforms, doing crowd control, looking for people who had threatened the president. And also we were in fatigues in and outside of the base, looking for people who would threaten Air Force One and possible attacks. One little incident that I might share with you involving Air Force One was one day the president was coming in and he was on his final approach. Well, my post was about 4 miles from the base in a partially wooded area, and I heard gunshots go off. Well, the Air Force One was about 300 feet over my head, and so I radio in what I heard, and I reported the gunshots, and Air Force One broke off its approach landing, took off, and I had a convergence of local law enforcement officers, Secret Service, OSI, Office of Special Investigations for the Air Force, and numerous other county officials, law enforcement officials. Well, what had happened when it was all said and done, there was a county road not far from me, and right across the county road was a stock pond, and there were some teenage boys using a .22 rifle shooting turtles in a stock tank. Well, I thought that was pretty funny when I heard what had happened, but at the time when those shots went off, I hit the ground, you know, expecting a threat. So anyway, as it wound up, I got called in by Lieutenant Colonel, was our security police commander, and he called me in, and I was scared to death I'd done something wrong because I was just a young troop. And actually, he commended me on doing my job. So I walked out of there a whole lot less nervous than I did when I went in. I volunteered for overseas duty when I was at Bergstrom and received orders to Morón Air Base in Spain, near Sevilla, Spain, in November of '65. I served as a security guard for KC-135s, the tankers. I was there about 3 months and then transferred to Zaragoza Air Base up in the northern part of Spain. And I was assigned to the base law enforcement at Zaragoza. At Zaragoza, I investigated incidents and accidents involving American military personnel in the northern part of Spain there. There were pipeline sites for fueling and radar sites up in the Pyrenees just north of our base. So I was out quite a bit taking care of incidents, accidents, stuff like that. It was interesting because you couldn't wear a uniform off base in Spain. So I got a clothing allowance, and I was dressed up like a regular guy, you know, to go investigate these accidents and stuff. And then we had several car accidents and things of that nature. And we had a few incidents that, I was called out to do. I also assisted the OSI, the Office of Special Investigations in the Air Force, investigating criminal activities. In one instance there, I'll just share one of them. We had a theft from the post office. and I helped the OSI with that investigation.